Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk some baseball. West Scranton graduate Mike Villa joining us. Mike is an outstanding center fielder. Well, Mike, you had a good career there at West Scranton for the Invaders, but right now you find yourself in the summer playing some Legion baseball. Tell us about how Legion's going for you.
It's going real well. We're undefeated right now in league play. We're heading to regionals over at Mendola University. We're just trying to play baseball as long as possible in the summer. Go win regionals and then head over to states and then nationals.
Well, Mike, hopefully that continues for you, and as you mentioned, a great summer. Tell us about your career at West Scranton, what it was like playing with the guys and playing under Coach George Roskis.
It was a good experience, and I worked hard my entire high school career just to play baseball real well, have a nice remember on the field as a good ball player. I mean, a lot of greats came out of that high school. Matt McGloin, Eric Strive, UB Graham. I mean, they're not baseball players, but, I mean, they have good names and they play sports hard. You come out of West Scranton high school grinding. That gives you that mentality to grind and work for everything you want.
Well, Mike, you have an interesting story coming from the Dominican Republic. Tell us about when you guys made the move and what it's been like for you at West Scranton.
It's been all right. I mean, it was rough at first. Different type of atmosphere going to West Scranton High School. I mean, it just made me a better person, I think, personally. I didn't really struggle much. I mean, it flew. The years just fly by.
We're talking with Mike Villa from West Scranton. He graduated. He's getting ready for the next step in his life, which is Lackawanna College. And Mike chose to play baseball there. Mike, tell us about your decision to go to Lackawanna College. Hey, it's close to home, but boy, a heck of a baseball program as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about going to Lackawanna College since probably my junior year, late sophomore year. I mean, it made me think like I was ready straight out of high school to play Division I ball. So, I mean, going JUCO right after high school, I mean, I feel like it's the best decision I've made so far. I mean, have a good coach over there, Coach Pensak. I mean, I think he's going to get me prepared after my 2 years to make it to that Division I level and try to play ball as long as possible, too, throughout college.
Mike, how about your game when you're out there on the field? What makes you such a good player on the defensive side and then on the offensive side? Tell us about your range as a center fielder, what you try to do, and then, of course, on the offensive end, what you do with your bat.
Well, defensively, I mean, I just try to cover as much gap as possible, and you got to get a good read off the pitcher's release, off the bat. I mean, just try to, go after that ball. You got to go get it. That's really how it is. I mean, your arm in center field is a big part too. I mean, you got to try to gun that runner out either from first to third or second to home. It's just a big part of the game. You got to have good wheels out there, good arm. I mean, it all comes with smart decisions. Everything mentally, you have to be prepared at all times.
Mike Villa joining us here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. And, of course, he's going from West Scranton to Lackawanna College to play some baseball. Well, Mike, you're going to Lackawanna. You're going in undecided, which is fine. You're going to figure that part out. But as you mentioned, that adjustment and getting ready to college life and making good decisions in the classroom and on the field. And you mentioned Coach Pensak. How many times have you talked with Coach? And he has a great staff. And there's been so many guys that have gone through Lackawanna College and really have had some great, successful careers. And you have that goal of getting on eventually to a Division I school.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really talked to Pensak much. I mean, I've been to a workout or two in the past, but I mean, the recruiting coaches, Coach Manning and Coach Bucho, I mean, they really care about you. They want you to work hard. I mean, they're great guys too. They really want the best for their kids, basically. It's just something I got to look for my future. Just think about what I'm going to do in the upcoming years and just try to work hard for it.
Mike, when you talk about your friendships there at West Scranton, talk about what that was like for you, getting along with guys and making sure you guys are working as teammates and working towards one goal, kind of like what you're doing with your Legion season right now.
Yeah, I've met a lot of new people over at West Scranton High School. I used to go to South Intermediate, and then I ended up deciding to go to West Scranton High School to play baseball. But, man, there's a lot of great guys that I met over the years over at West. Football guys, baseball guys, basketball guys. I mean, it's just they all have the same mentality. They want to play high school sports and then go into college with a great mindset of playing their sport that they love to do over in college, too. I mean, it's all about the grind. That's basically what it comes down to.
Mike, who are your supporters? Talk about the people in your life that have really kind of helped you and help you become the young man that you are at this point as you head to college in your life and get ready for something new in your life. Tell us about those people around you that make your life special.
Well, number one, God. He's always been there since day one. My mother, my dad, my sister, they all been helping me out just throughout my life, just to make it through and be as good as a person as I can. My friends, a lot of parents of my friends helped me out tremendously. Mr. Petrucci, my coaches, a lot of people. I mean, the list goes on because they just always been there, really. My coaches always want the best for me. Robbie Judge, George Roskis. Can't thank them enough. I mean, you just have to have that mentality that they'll always be there for you. Thank them while the road keeps going on and on until one day you just, it's all over. But, yeah, they've been there since day one, usually my parents and coaches and etc.
Well, a short conversation with Mike Villa from West Scranton, headed to Lackawanna College, and, of course, playing some great Legion ball this summer with his team who's undefeated. He's excited and grateful for what he's been given, his talents. And, Mike, it's a pleasure to talk with you. We wish you the absolute best in your future endeavors.
Thank you. I appreciate it, John Mendola. I appreciate the conversation. It's an honor.
Mike Villa, West Scranton to Lackawanna College here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.